Hi everyone, welcome to IS 503 Practices of Mission. My name is Brian Abear, and I want everybody to take a moment to introduce themselves. I'm going to go ahead and post my video right here on our homepage. That way you can get to know me as you come in the door. But I'm going to go ahead and answer the questions that each of you are going to answer, but you guys go ahead and post that down in the forum. The first question is, where are you from and where do you live? I'm kind of from all over. My dad was in oil, and so I grew up in Scotland for a long time. I was born here in the States, and then I moved back, and I've traveled for school through several different programs and different ministry opportunities. A large part of our life, as you'll see through the course and through maybe stories that I tell or examples that I'll give in the forums and whatnot, we've spent a lot of time working with Muslims, and so we've spent a little bit of time in the Middle East as a family. And speaking of family, I am one of 7 kids. I come from a very big family, and I have 5 kids. I usually start with the 7 and then go to the 5, so it's not quite of a shock value. You see that we're being more moderate, but we do come from big families. My kids are age 12 all the way down to a baby. I have 3 girls, 2 boys. My role in my current ministry and church, one, I'm obviously here a teacher at Fuller. And I'm enjoying being in the intercultural studies department and using some of my background and training to help students understand and engage the world with the gospel. But 2, I'm a missions pastor at Willcrest Baptist Church. I live here in the Houston area, and I've been here off and on. I jokingly tell people that Houston is my home because it's where I leave my stuff when I move somewhere else. It's where I have my storage unit when I move somewhere else. And so I'm a missions pastor here at a very, very multi-ethnic church in a very international part of Houston. If you've never been to Houston, you probably think of us as part of Texas, and we ride horses and have cowboy hats and all that kind of stuff. But we are the 4th largest city in the country, and we're one of the most diverse. There's a little debate going on among sociologists and anthropologists about that. But we're definitely in the top 3. And some of them were saying we're the most diverse. But I live in a neighborhood where within walking distance you can get to 2 different mosques, 3 Hindu temples, 3 Buddhist temples, 2 or 3 open air meat markets. We have Sikh temples, we have Jain temples, we have everything around here. And so we live right down in the thick of everything. And so before our time in the Middle East, I was mobilizing people to reach Muslims here in the States. And then after our time in the Middle East, I've been doing that as well. We've started many different home groups, like small house church type groups that are focused on reaching Muslims. Houston's a big working city. We have the oil industry, we have medical industry, lots of different things like this. And so we attract lots of Muslims, lots of internationals for that matter, from all walks of life for our jobs and our low cost of living. And so it's a challenge to train people how to engage that in their neighborhoods where their neighbors might not speak the same language as themselves. Topics that I'm passionate about studying. I find a lot of different things interesting, but obviously missions is a big part of my study, a big part of my heart, Islam as well. I'm actually trying to finish up a book, hopefully, God willing, be published this year, called Crossing the Arabian Desert Together, which kind of explains my whole relational paradigm for engaging Muslims, but even beyond Muslims, engaging other groups as well. Hobbies for me, I play music, and I also do a lot of woodworking, and probably one of the most fun things that I've been doing in the past year has been food blogging. I'll put a link down below in one of our discussions, but we have a website called Terabeza, www.terabeza.com, where my brother and I have a culture art project that's centered around the international food in Houston. And it's a good opportunity to eat. I like to eat. But it's also a good opportunity to get out and to meet new people and to learn about our city and the world through the lens of food. And so we only focus on international restaurants, and we are trying to hit every single country that is represented in Houston's restaurants. So anyway, that's my short introduction. Feel free to post comments below and ask questions, and I'll do the same when you post your videos. I look forward to getting to know each of you in this limited context, but if you ever come to the Houston area, you're more than welcome to give me a call and we'll go out for coffee, or we'll go try one of those restaurants that I talked about. Hope to get to know you better soon.